OpenAI is about to go public at up to $1 trillion. Here's the part they're praying you don't do the math on. It loses $1.22 for every single dollar it makes. Not profitable yet. It loses more the more it sells. And the demand holding the whole thing up? A chunk of it is the same money going in a circle. Lock in. This is the biggest magic trick in tech, and the IPO is where they hand you the bill. Here's the mechanic, no cap. A normal money-losing startup like Uber or Amazon in 2001 has a simple story. We lose money now, but every sale makes money, so getting bigger fixes it. OpenAI is the opposite. Every extra ChatGPT answer costs real compute, GPUs, power, data centers, and they charge you less than it costs them to serve it. So growth doesn't fix the loss. Growth is the loss. They did about $25 billion in revenue this year and still torched around $14 billion. And that's the flattering number. On a straight accounting basis, it's closer to $26 billion in the hole. You cannot scale your way out of that. You can only raise more. And raise they do. $50 billion on compute this year alone. Cash burn is around $27 billion this year, and it climbs past $60 next year. This is the most cash-hungry company to ever walk up to the public markets. And it's asking regular people to buy in at $1 trillion. You, your index fund. But here's the part nobody's clipping, and it's the actual story. Where does that demand even come from? Follow the money and it starts eating its own tail. Nvidia invests billions into OpenAI. OpenAI turns around and spends it on Nvidia chips. Some direct, some through Oracle and CoreWeave. Nvidia also owns a chunk of CoreWeave. CoreWeave rents the compute back to OpenAI, round and round. Analysts mapped over $800 billion of these circular deals across the whole AI supply chain. So when you see record AI demand, some of it is real. And some of it is $1 getting counted as revenue 3 times as it loops between 4 companies that all own pieces of each other. And this isn't some random hater take. The Wall Street Journal straight up asked if these circular deals are a win-win or a sign of a bubble. A Yale professor wrote a whole piece called "This is how the AI bubble bursts," pointing at exactly this. When the chip company funds the customer who buys its chips, that has a name. It's called vendor financing, and it's a classic red flag near the top. We watched this exact movie with fiber optic cable back in 1999. Real quick, this channel is one dude reading the S1, so a headline can't gaslight you with a number. If, wait, that valuation makes no sense, is a feeling you've had, that's the sub. Now the part that keeps you from being the exit liquidity. Now don't get the lulu the other way. This is not AI is fake. The revenue is real and it's growing stupid fast. 20 billion to 25 in a single year. The bulls have a real case too. The cost of compute per answer is falling off a cliff. If that curve beats how fast usage grows, the money math flips and the whole thing prints. That's the actual bet. The problem isn't that OpenAI is worthless. The problem is $1 trillion price assumes that flip already happened. And the circular money makes it really hard to tell how much of the demand proving it out is even real outside money. So what do you actually do when the IPO drops? 3 reads. 1. Separate real revenue from money that just comes from its own investors. If Nvidia is an investor, a supplier, and the customer's landlord, some of that revenue is just the loop. The S1 has to spell it out, so read that part. 2. Watch cash burn against revenue, not the valuation. Valuation is a story, burn is a fact. 3. Remember what a pop actually kills. If the bubble deflates, ChatGPT still works tomorrow. The models don't stop. The stock does. You're not betting on the tech, you're betting on the price. Decoded. OpenAI can be a great company and a terrible $1 trillion stock at the same time. Those two things don't fight each other. The tech is real. The demand is half real and half a hall of mirrors. And the IPO is the moment the people who got in cheap get to sell the story to everyone who didn't. Boom or bubble? Drop it in the comments. And be honest, would you actually buy at $1 trillion? No cap. NPC Engineer out.